Go live. We're going live with Rachel. I'm so
Hey
excited.
guys.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're on with Rachel. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
I'm excited.
Okay, wait. Oh, yeah, there I am. Okay. It says we're waiting, but we're on. Here we go. All right. Yay. How are you this morning, friend?
Awesome.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm a little chaotic this morning, but otherwise good.
Same
You
here.
know,
You and these morning shows, I tell you, I feel like I'm getting ready for a 6 a.m. show and it's not anywhere near 6 a.m.
it's not. It's not at all.
It's just Monday, getting your shipments out. Like Dell's going to take our stuff to the post office, got Israel his breakfast and everything. And now he was watching TV in here. I was like, I'm going to have to bump you to the basement, buddy. So he's down there
Yeah.
now and it's good.
Oh, it's so good that your boys are so they're so like self-sufficient. You know what I mean?
They're
Like
pretty good.
they really are. And it's so awesome that they are just such good young men, you know? I mean, Israel's a boy, but still just such young boys, young men.
Yeah,
Yeah, young
I
men,
guess.
young men, I think. Yeah. I think young men is a good answer. I think, and it's just so nice that you've done such a great job with them. And I
Oh,
know
thanks.
we just talk about, in our life, starting the day with God and just like how you like bring into your life. And it's just like how you've brought the boys up and just, I know that that's such an integral piece in your life. And I know that as they grow, they're going to grow with God as well. So I just want to say thank you for that. And just, I mean, not that I have to thank you for that, but just like always saying that in your life. So I'm just glad that
No,
you
I
do
think
that.
that's like, I think we should, not that you should thank me, but I think we should be thanking parents for like training up their kids in the word, because imagine if like everyone trained their kid up in the word. God says that they'll return back to it, even if they have like a season that they're unfaithful to God, that they'll come back to it. And our world would be so much better. Like we should all be training up our kids, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? It's like just one of those things. It's like just, and it's just one of those things that it's like you just have your heart feel full and that's the best part of it,
Yeah.
But thank you for being here this morning. And Will was
Thanks
the
for
first one
inviting
in here.
me.
You're welcome. And Will was the first one. He said that we're magical. And so I like
For
the thumb,
juggling.
the juggling. And so I will have a backstory to that in just a second, but let's say hi to everybody in the chat. Will, good morning.
Will's gonna be on with Coco this week, right?
I
Like on
know,
Sunday.
yes.
Oh,
Yes, and
that's
Mary was
awesome.
on last night, and it was a hoot and a half.
Yeah,
If you guys haven't caught that last night, please go back and listen
it was
because
good.
it was a hoot and a half. It was good and also funny. It was very
I loved
funny.
it.
And good morning, Mary. Christy is driving, so she won't be in the chat, but she is on her way to pick up Colin's friends, and they're coming back to the lake house, and so they're going to have a lot of fun. But she's going to be listening and driving. So
Hi,
thank you for
Crissy.
and Coco, good morning. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning. Good morning. I just love you guys so much for being here. And thank you, Rachel. I was so excited when you said, yeah, sure. I was like, yay, so excited. So we're going to talk about a few things, but one of the biggest things we're going to talk about, is not the find me, right? It's how we're juggling. And so that's what we're doing is juggling.
Yeah. Sometimes we drop a ball too.
Everything. And so I mean, we're both parents and different aspects of our life, and you have boys that you have the summer, right? So the summer, I can't imagine being a full-time mom and have a job and juggling everything you do and maintaining your schedule and your healthy lifestyle and your relationship with your husband and juggling all of that. So tip, is there you've been doing it a long time, so I can't imagine it was easy in the beginning to get that schedule in order, and there are a lot of new business owners with this job. Is there anything that you can kind of inspirationally help them with, or say to kind of give them some help with that?
Yeah, definitely put the first thing first. Like understand what your actual true priorities are. Like on Coco's show last night on Coco and Chewy Live, she was talking about how she found herself remiss in the time she was spending with her daughter. And then she had this aha epiphany. Duh, that's why I'm self-employed, is to spend more time with my daughter. So definitely figure out, wait a minute, why am I doing this? And what are the priorities? And like for me in my life, there are a lot of things to juggle, and some of them don't have anything to do with my business. And as a business owner, I still have to nurture those areas. Like I better be, hang on, it's right here. I better be in this every day. All right. Like pick up your sword.
Yep.
Because without that, like everything else could come and go, but it's very meaningless. I, underneath God, better nurture my relationship with my husband because he's my helpmate. He is the real MVP. I'm going to tell people that every single time. Like, where am I going to be without Drew? Oh man, if you guys think I'm a rock star, he's like, I don't know who he would be then. He the king, because he does a lot. And my relationship with my kids. But then, like you mentioned, maintaining a healthy lifestyle. You can get to the end of your life and have bought 5 dream houses on 5 continents and have millions of billions of dollars in the bank, and be bedridden and be stuck in bed because you in your 20s and 30s and 40s, when I think it's most important in those decades because it really kind of sets the path. But if you're beyond, maybe your 50s and 60s, it's not too late. But you neglected your health then, you just set yourself up for disaster. So you could have everything in the world at the end of your life. And if you don't have your health, you'll realize very quickly that that was the most important thing. So like taking time to go to the gym 6 days a week and going on runs or going on daily walks, like it just is one of the most important things because I know it's going to be one of the most, like when you're sick, you realize your health was the only thing that mattered, It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. You're like, remember when I didn't have a cough and I took that for granted when I didn't have a stuffy nose, when I didn't, like yes. It's so important. So yes, Will just said priorities. It is, you better get those priorities straight. And I can tell you, it's not listing 25 things a day. I'm sorry. I'm going to be, I don't know, is that devil's advocate or something? I'm going to be the one to tell you that doesn't have to be your priority. Running your business, make enough money that you, however much you want to make, because that's what reselling can be. It can be whatever you want it to be, whatever you need it to be. And don't forget to take time off. Not even time off. Like that's time doing you. I love homemaking, Yes. Like, don't you love cooking for your family or making sure that the house is like prepped and clean? And you can find joy in those things because that's like serving your family.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. And I love that you say that because you are a younger mom. So I'm like the older mom, you know what I mean? So it's totally different for the pair of us. And any time that I share like my adventures out, you're like, I didn't know that. Or I share new things with you. You're like, wow, I would have not even thought about these things. And it's really cool to like have these different pieces, the different family dynamics that you and I have, and the differences in our families and the different priorities for sure. And it is absolutely like I was sharing with my hubs last night, I told him, my business is a little suffering and it's okay. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad about it because first and foremost, I am taking care of my health. And I work when I can. And when I do, I'm like, woohoo! Yeah, bam, 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 bam. And then I'm like,
that ebb and flow, right?
Yeah, I'm not mad at it because my body's like, ha ha ha, you can't do anything. And I'm like, so? I can't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be mad at it because it is my body and I am taking care of it. And I have my appointments lined up and I have things taken care of. And I'm like, I'm not going to be mad at you. You take care of me. Like, I will put my vitamins in you. I will eat when I can eat. I will continue to hydrate you. And I'm not going to be mad at you because you still take care of me. You know what I mean? I get up in the morning. I thank God every morning. I do all the things every morning. Yeah. And I still am able, and the best thing I will tell you is this. And I don't know if, and I don't mean to like go off on tangents, guys. I really don't. Y'all know me by now, so sorry. But but like in the mornings, if you get up, let me back up. In the mornings when you get up, when you get dressed, make your bed, brush your teeth, wash your face. If those are the only things you do in the morning, pat yourself on the back.
And drink some water.
Water. And then beyond that, when you're able to do the things that you set your goals out to, even if it's one thing at a time, pat yourself on the, just like Rachel always says, treat your business like your business. And everybody else around you in this amazing community says, do one thing in itself and don't, because OMG, like, you know, I love watching other YouTubers. Like, these guys are my, like, rock stars, right? Like, I love everybody that I watch. Otherwise, I wouldn't watch them, because there's like one guy I followed, and I unfollowed him last year, and this guy was super cool, I thought, and then he became really obnoxious. I'm like, you're really obnoxious. Like, dude, I do not like you anymore. Like, he was just a bonehead, and that's not the word I was going to say, but that's the word I'll choose.
Such a nice word.
It's a really nice word. And he was just, I mean, he went like from this to when I'm like, okay. And it's not the guy, you know, it's another guy. Well, you might know. Anyways, doesn't matter. So, but point being is that, like, you choose who you choose, right, to watch. And those are the people that you surround in. And that's why
that's so important, who you surround yourself with. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to just quickly say good morning, Amanda. Good morning. Good morning. Amanda came in. Good morning, Angie. Who else came in? Okay, so I just want to make sure. Good morning. And then Cheryl says, that's exactly how I am. Pain has turned into a phantom itch now. Ooh, phantom itches. Those are the worst. And not allergies. Allergy doctor literally in my head. Don't listen to the gaslighting. Oh my gosh. If I listened to the gaslighting, I wouldn't be where my doctor is now, where she could actually feel the little beast. And I'm like, yeah, the beast is there. So I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, the beast is alive, you guys. I can feel it. So anyways, so I just thank you, Rachel, for just, you know, being an awesome mom and sharing that, because I think, you know, with the moms that are, and dads too. I know there are dads out there that are full-time resellers, because there are a couple of dads that I follow that are amazing. Like, they're really cool dads out there that are just awesome, like just awesome, you know, that are out there doing these things. And I'm just like, it is so great to see these dads that are doing this for their parents, for their kids, and it's just really good. So, but having like that set schedule too sometimes helps, I think, you know. So anyways, the juggling piece is a big thing, and I think it's great. So should we talk about some art?
Sure.
Okay, so I have some art pieces that I think you're gonna love on my floor in my daughter's room. So if the signal gets a little crazy, just let me know, and I'll try. Is it my microphone that's getting some weird noises? Is it my mic?
Oh, it might be. Hang on. I have this fan plugged up just because I didn't want my laptop to overheat this morning. I'm sorry. I'll unplug it. That's probably what they hear. Is that better?
Sorry. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay.
No problem. I'll keep it unplugged.
Okay. I was wondering, I was like, is it mine or yeah. So, okay. So I have art. And as you know, from last week when I pulled out those few pieces, these are super heavy. So if I have to pull my hair back, you guys are going to see the face. So I'm already kind of shiny in here. Her room is unfortunately the hottest room. She's got the big bay window, you know, and so I didn't open the biggest one. I just opened the two sides, and so I'm hot. Okay, so this, and I'm like hot already. Okay, so this one is yay big by yay big.
It's large. It's at least like 24 by 24. Is it a square, or is it more like by 36?
You want me to go? I can go get a measuring tape.
No, it's okay. No, we're just guessing.
I'm like, I can leave the room. It's quite large, and I did on one of them. I have the actual measure. There's two of them, and it is assigned. This one does, unfortunately, on the back have a tear on the front from like here to here. It does, okay, it just has tears. But this one it has a sister, and they're parrots, and it's by here. Let me take you off of here. That's the Wrong way. There we go. That's better, right? Oh, no, that's better. This way. Sorry. That's better, right?
Yeah, you can kind of see it. I mean, there's a little bit of a glare, but you can see it. Oh, it's a parrot. Yeah, that's nice.
Do you want me to turn the ring light? Do you want me to turn the ring light off?
Maybe.
Okay. It's a beautiful picture. That's why I want you to see it.
Have you looked up the like the painter, or I don't know if it's paint, but the artist?
I'll be honest, it's been many years because this has been in my closet, in her closet for many years. Now, when I got it, the artist that I saw on it is this one. So see how I wish I could. Unfortunately, it's just kind of dark in here, and I wish I knew just how beautiful this picture is. But this has got this is like lavender and bright blues, and there's some gold in here. It's really, cool. It's a beautiful, it's muted. It's a really muted picture, but it's also very beautiful. If that makes sense at all. So, so it's just a, oopsie, hang on. Sorry about that. Oh, dadgummit. Sorry. You're seeing all kinds of me here. You're seeing all areas of my body here. So it's a really beautiful picture, but when I saw it, when I got it 9 years ago, I didn't start this back then. 9 years ago, the picture said it was like $200, but I didn't know what to do. I was just like, so it's just going to go in the closet.
I wonder, was that at the time, of course, when you weren't reselling, I wonder if that was like someone's asking price, like a list price, or if that was a sold price on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? Since you weren't reselling, I just wonder if it would have been.
Yeah. I don't know, but and I could look it up. I just wanted to. I'm just sharing like this kind of stuff and seeing if it sparks anybody. Be like, oh my gosh, Crissy, yes, or
true,
or
yeah,
you know, or take it to an art auction. You might know. Be like, oh my gosh.
So do you have? We don't have like art auctions in our area. Tell me about, because I heard you mention that in a previous live. Like, what is an art auction like where you're at? Is it like only high dollar art of well-known artists, or is it like common pieces like this?
I have 3 people in my life that I could reach out to and ask about it. So I don't know off the top of my head, but I have people in my life that I could absolutely ask about art auctions. But I don't off the top of my head know like where or when. Yeah. I just know I have people. Art. Will is saying, woohoo, I have the big soft spot in my heart for Art Nouveau. Oh, no, how do you say that word?
Nouveau, I think.
Nouveau, thank you.
I think.
And it's more of Art Deco. Yes, I can say Deco. Okay, so this is stupid heavy, so I can't.
It's beautiful. Just like, I mean, my mom, she sells on eBay, and they recently sold a big picture, and it just went somewhere else in Florida, but he was still like fingers crossed the whole time, because just shipping those pieces of glass it's a lot.
I'm not scared to ship. I mean, like that, I'm not worried about if the value is there. Like if you guys say, holy moly, yeah, you did it. I'm not really scared about it. It's just more of, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm coming to you, because I'm like, you guys know, and of course I can look things up, but here we're doing Crissy's clean out. And so I'm like, I got to show you what I have, because one, I can't wait to show you the last piece.
And you have options with art also. I know last week Mary was in the chat and mentioned taking out the glass, and like that's an option. I feel like partying out art is even an option. If you find that it's not worth a whole lot, then you can roll the print and you can sell the frame. Because frames, a really well-made frame is worth partying out. So you could have 2 separate listings if a piece, and then it's not nearly as fragile, because you're mailing the artwork in a tube. Just make sure it's not, those guidelines don't match up anymore for first class. But yeah, you could just roll the art.
Yeah, and those could be priority, and that's fine too, because they would pay for shipping anyway. So that would be good. And that's true. Absolutely. And then I could just recycle there you go. Bingo bango. This still has the plastic on it because they never got rid of the plastic, and I didn't want to. I literally just took this out of the closet. This is this one's not too heavy. Her up. She's gorgeous.
It looks like maybe pencil or charcoal so far. What's the top of it look like? Oh, are there two people there?
Yeah, two women.
Oh,
I
okay. I
think.
can see it better now. Okay. Yeah.
Is that
One on the
better?
right, like a dark dress, and one on the left, maybe in like a red.
Is
Okay.
that better?
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that better?
That one's really interesting. And I would wonder, like something like that, I would want to know, is this a print or is it the original?
And then it says Rotterdam regulars. Regulars.
You broke up just a bit on that, but so that's like the people that framed it, most likely, you think?
Maybe. And then I can't read it, but you can see that it's an actual. Well, I mean, I guess I could just take this off by now, right? Probably just take this off.
Yeah, because you'd have to list it anyway.
Yeah, because you can see, like it's an actual print. Like, see, like how it's kind of the matte, and then the real. It's a real. They made it. It's an actual. It's not a copy. Is my point.
So it's not a print. So it's an original. You think?
Real. Yeah, and it's number. 602 of 650.
I mean, if it's numbered, it could be a high quality print because the chances that the artist made like 650 of them by hand, but it could have happened. But yeah, I mean, a piece like that, I would look more into than the piece right behind it. Looks more mass production, something. I always, with art, I think, could someone walk into like Hobby Lobby and buy something like this? If so, they're probably going to do that before they're going to pay my shipping fee. But everybody's different. And if art is a passion for you, in salvaging some of this, and you already have it on hand, you may really be persistent in getting it into a collector's hands, and you may want to list it.
Yeah, it might be a lithograph, Mary said. It's got like it's like a paper. It's are lithographs paper? It's like a corrugated, not corrugated.
It looks like a parchment paper, like a linen-like paper.
Yes, parchment paper. That's the word. Thank you. Yeah, it's like a parchment paper because that's why I think this is it. So it protects it. So like nobody like me puts their hands all over with their. Yeah, but it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Two, they're like sisters or whatever, and they're hugging. So yeah. I was just in case people came in, so hugging. So, okay, this one.
I mean, it's interesting. I wonder who the artist is on that. Sometimes the artist names are so hard to make out on some of these.
Such a scribble scrabble. Like
this one, this big, huge thing that's like over 4 feet tall, I picked up at the auction, and it's mixed media. It's fantastic. It's phenomenal. I can't find anything online about the artist. So its value was in hanging it in my home because I appreciated it. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to get anything for that. And it is an original, and it just says John Allen. That's all it says. And I found one resource that said that like his inspiration was architecture. And I was like, well, that goes along with this, but that's it. No values on anything.
Okay. But does it have a number of 1, 2, or 5 of 500 or?
No, it's 1 of 1. It's an original.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's an original. Okay.
And I still can't find anything. So I'm like, okay, well, I love it. And so I'm hanging it in my living room.
And that's the thing. It's like the joy of yours. So like you said, and these, I don't mind keeping them, like you said, and they can change out the frame. They can change out anything. I mean, this is just not my style. It's not something that I like, but I know somebody would like it. And my in-laws, when they purchased these, they like these kinds of things, and they hung them. Their house was feet, so they had enough room to hang this art in different areas of their home.
Have you ever brought the framed artwork to one of your yard sales?
No. No, not this. Now this I did, the parrot one I did, and this was pre-COVID. And the one time that I did was our guy, I can't remember, not that anybody would know, but he would come around and he was one of our art guys, and he would always pick up stuff, and he would be like, "You got anything for me, sweetie?" And he would pick up like big pieces of like furniture and things like that, and he would sell at the art auction. So I asked him about this, and he invited me to come out and take it to the art auction, or auction, not art auction. Sorry, art auction house. And he invited me a few times to come to the auction house, and I said I would love to. And it was like 30%, and I'm like, well, 30%, I don't care. That's what I would, that's fair. And I wasn't doing eBay at the time, and so I'm like, oh, it's fair, I'll do that. And I never did, obviously. So I'm like, 30%'s fine. I don't.
I mean, I don't be totally afraid to take like some good stuff to if instead of calling it a garage sale, if you called your garage sale an estate sale, then suddenly your prices can be 4 times the price and no one bats an eye. Just say estate sale.
Yeah,
Bring all your good art.
Exactly. And that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, if I pull some of this stuff, estate sale, and that be that would be good. Oh, let's see who came in, because we've got like some chat going on. Oh my God. Let me see. Kristen's here. Good morning, Kristen. Oh, Roman's here. Hey, Roman. What's going on? Oh, he says, looks like those art pieces are from the Louvre from France. Oh, there we go. Ooh la la.
Definitely is. Definitely.
And they could have gotten it from there, because they had visited so many amazing places when they were. They had such an amazing life together. They were married over 40 years. So, I mean, they traveled, they were well traveled. So it would make sense that they definitely did that. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, hi, treasure scavengers. How are you today? And Will says, I'm proud of my original Earthworm Jim and Nemo's Summerland hanging in my garage. But they were well traveled. So I mean, it's just one of those things that I don't know what I have. So
you could have a gym and not know it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my legs are cramping. I'll be back. Oof.
Yeah, my focus would definitely be more on the pieces like what you just showed, that the paper is a little different, or like you say, that it's numbered, although not everything numbered has value. Norman Rockwell, I think plates are numbered sometimes, but if it's numbered, like obviously look into it. Or if the paper is different, like what you just showed, or if it's a different, like you can tell if something's printed, or if you're looking at it and you're thinking, is that charcoal on paper? Is that original? Like the original stuff is really, I mean, you don't want to accidentally donate that to the thrift store, right?
No. Oh my God. That's why it's not gone. That's why it's not gone.
Some of them, I think you'd be fine to pass it along if you're not going to do something with it yourself, because you're just not going to get, much. But some of the pieces that you just showed, I'd look into.
Right. Thank you. Okay, good. Now this one is 614 of 950. And this one says it's like, something. It's I'm going to say like Kavanaugh Kimmy, or I don't know. I can't anymore. It could even say, I don't know what it says, but it's, you guys see that, can you? I gotta stand up.
Is it a flower arrangement?
Is that better?
Kind of. It looks like a still life of a table with flowers.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. That's not any better, is it?
Kind of. I mean, I can see like some fruit, maybe a French press, and a coffee cup.
Yeah, it's
get at least the basic idea of what it is.
Yeah, it's flower. There's flowers, exactly. Right. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get a better angle here. I know this is not a great view, and if I need to, I can move.
So when I type in framed print on eBay, all right, just framed print, because that's what I feel like the majority of them are going to be, 19,000 sold results come up. So people are buying framed prints, you know what I mean? Okay. And let's just for giggles search the highest price ones. Obviously it's going to be like some incredibly well-known artist, but there's framed print selling upwards of $25,000. I mean, had someone just looked at that and thought this is nothing, they might have donated it also. And I mean, this one's a lithograph, a Thomas Hart Benton lithograph, Island Hay. It's pencil art. It sold for over $7,000. So, I mean, I think you're right in wanting to investigate them a bit more. And look, it's just a framed lithograph.
Oh, cool.
You could so easily have something like that sitting in there, you know, like the one that you just showed. So, I mean, I don't think you're wrong in wanting to investigate.
Okay. And this is a set of 2 of them. This is the second one, and it's 336 of 950. And then it's this, you know, it's not a matching set, but it's like a pair. You know, it's got the flowers, the flowers that kind of go with it. Mm-hmm. I wish this was a better. I'm sorry, guys, at this.
That's okay. The flowers are super beautiful. So happy and cheerful.
They really are. This is a really pretty of it. Not my style again, but it's really pretty. And I love this frame. This is a very classic frame. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's heavy. I'll be honest, guys. I'm really weak today. Weakling. I'm okay with that, though. I can be honest with you. I can tell you the truth. Okay, I'm going to move these around while you guys watch me struggle. The struggle's real. Okay. Oh, my gosh. What do you got going on today besides watching me struggle?
Well, it's Monday, so I know I'll have my workout class with Amber. Dello is taking my whatnot, 2 of his whatnots, and my eBay off to the post office, which is great. And I think I'm going to get a pile of things that I drafted but haven't yet listed over by the door. I'm going to get those off. Probably take Israel to the park today, which will be a lot of fun. They keep threatening scattered thunderstorms, but that's literally every day for the last week.
You guys need to know. Because
it hasn't rained in like a month.
Yeah, you said Drew has been like running on hard ground. That's not good for him, right?
Well, he usually runs like on the pavement, but what happened this weekend is he tried to get off the road on this one little spot, and his whole foot sank in this mud hole, and it hasn't rained here in a month. And he wears kind of short running shorts, and it went his leg all the way up to his shorts. And so I had to intercept him on this 20-mile run to bring him new shorts and shoes and socks because he was like engulfed in a mud hole.
No,
I was like, gosh. I'm grossed out to know, was that a sewer line? Like,
that's just to watch separately. Just watch this separately. Roman. Oh my gosh. Roman says, I have a large painting of Pennywise from It movie. For some reason, Pennywise is missing from painting every night. You're so silly. You're so silly. Stephen King. I love Stephen King. That's the one weird one I do. Like my weird horror one that I do like is Stephen King. Other horror flicks I can't get into, but Stephen King
My parents live close by Stephen King, and my dad saw him and he was like, I don't want to bother you, because he was like out on a walk or whatever. He was like, I don't want to bother you, but sometime I'm gonna have to get your autograph for my wife. He was like, oh my gosh, because he was sitting there making notes and stuff while he was walking, probably like making notes for a book or something, right? He's like, I just sometime I'd love to get your autograph for my wife. Yeah, she's a huge fan. And Stephen King said, why not right now? And flipped the page over and like wrote out this thing to my mom and signed it with the pen that he's like making notes for whatever he's working on. And then gave it to my dad.
That's so cool. My gosh. My gosh. That's really neat. I don't think I have them anymore. I used to have like all of his books from like the 80s, like his originals. And I'm sure
I sold a bunch of them on eBay because one day in my thrift store, they had all of them in hardback and they were like $2 a piece. And I was like, I'm not a fan, but I know a lot of people are. And I started putting them in the cart.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That is so cool though. Oh my gosh.
It was cool.
And everybody's last night, Coco and Chewy's was just such a great chat last night. And it really was. So glad you guys are still chatting about that. Oh my gosh. And Angie saying that her new puppy is destroying the house. That is not yay. So I have to call Brad's doctor. I think we have an appointment today, but I can't remember. I accidentally taken off our appointment, but our calendar, but I gotta call them and see.
Do you need to call them now? I can entertain the chat while you make a phone call.
Not at all. No, I told him this morning, I said, Brad, don't we have a doctor's appointment today or tomorrow? He says, I don't know. I'm like, you want to call them? Maybe. I'm like, okay, I'll do it later. I'm like, it's fine. I'm like, it won't be till later this afternoon. I'm like, all right, buddy, it's fine. So I'm like, oh yeah. And it's like a virtual appointment. The doctor, if it's with the nurse practitioner, she's awesome. She like takes time. She'll like talk to him. How you feeling? Da 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 da. If the doctor is like, we got 10 seconds, let's go. I'm like, I don't think so. We're gonna take as long as we need. I'm like, don't you tell me what we're gonna do. My earrings come off. Okay. So the next one I have is upside down. Okay. She is beautiful. She's an angel. And there's two of them.
My grandma always collected angels.
There's two of them, and they're a little dusty. And this kind of reminds me of something. I may have to turn the light off for this. Hang on. Let me see if this helps. Nope, that doesn't help. That doesn't help at all, does it?
I mean, I can make out the angel shape and everything. It doesn't go out until 11:30, Della. You're good.
Here you go. How about that?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just such a pretty one. I just really would love for you guys to see it better. Ugh.
It's beautiful.
Okay, how about this angle? Is that better?
Yeah. Is it does it look like a print to you, or probably? I can't imagine that.
Let me see.
I don't know, what would that be? Maybe oil or
okay, let's see. Let me get back down on the floor. Oof. Oh my gosh. I walked yesterday so much, y'all, on stairs.
They have a stair climber at our gym. One of my friends like races up it. She'll do sprints up the stair climber, and I haven't tried it yet because I don't want to face plant.
I'm not equipped.
Yes, you are.
He says, he's like, we just got to walk up 3 more flights. I'm like, of stairs? It says, it's a signature. It's it does look like oil. Yeah, it does look like an oil painting. Yeah,
I'm trying to imagine what else it would have been, like the original would have been.
348 of 650, and it looks like it's it starts with a P, Piret, and then MOV, I think MOVERENT, and then it has the number 2 in Roman numerals, and then it's signed. This darn lighting.
Yeah,
you guys can see it. Sorry.
I definitely think it's a print of the original, but it could still be worth something. I mean, a lot of prints can hold some value, you know.
Okay, hang on. Let me see what Crissy, do you have a Mona Lisa painting? I'm the Mona Lisa. I look good further away than up close. No, I don't have a Mona Lisa. I have something else though, but not a Mona Lisa. Roman, I have a Mona Lisa silk tapestry worth a couple hundred. What? That's really cool, Mary.
On Dharma and Greg, she had that Mona Lisa like beaded curtains hanging in the doorway, and I always thought those were so cool. If anyone had Mona Lisa silk curtain or beaded curtains, I'd hang them right here in my living room.
No, would you really?
Yeah, I would. Absolutely. They would match the disco mannequin.
That would go with
dartboard on the wall.
That would so go with the mannequin.
Go with this room. Yeah.
It would go with that. Would really go with that vibe in there. Oh my gosh. You know what I really want to do is I want to put like a little skirt on her so bad. I want to like dress her up every time I see her. I want to put her like in little disco pants. I'll put her a little skirt. Oh my
She's gonna get jealous come Christmas. The Christmas tree is like a dress form, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So she's gonna get kind of jealous.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. What did you say this? What did you suggest this was?
Like I think it's a print. I think there could be some value. I mean, I hate to say any of them. No, it's $50. You know, keep going because I think each of them you should look up. But that one I would assume would have like a lower value because I just think it's a print. And I mean, if it's a print and it's not numbered, there could be thousands of them. There could be hundreds of thousands of them out there.
Okay.
The frame is very nice. It's already matted. The glass is there. So there could be, you know, $50 to $100 value there, unless it's some rare artist that somebody really wants the print.
Low numbers and signatures. Mary saying, so you guys are saying the same thing. It's like things to look for with prints, low numbers and signatures. Okay. Low number and signatures. Yeah, because that's what this one has too. It does have a signature on the bottom. Signature right there. Right there it does. And then the numbers over here. Okay. So that's this one. And I showed you this one. And I showed you that one last week. And I showed you that one last week, and this one last week, and that one. And that one's just a junk one from an office that I took. Don't tell anybody. Okay. Take it. Technically, they play it. Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay.
These paintings are so huge. There's got to be some value just in getting them out of your house.
Sister, you're not wrong. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Does this count as a workout? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so whiny. This is what I used to work out. When I worked out with my friend, I was just whiny too, by the way. Okay, so I'm taking a break for a minute because I'm exhausted. So we would go, there's a gym, and it's right next to the Mexican restaurant that I love. It's called Aztecas.
That's dangerous.
Oh my gosh, you're not wrong. Work out, you know, and we would go and we would, you know, and it would just smell the wafting, all the fajitas coming our way.
Cilantro.
And we'd walk in, and it'd be
cilantro.
like if we'd walk in and we were like already like annoyed from the day that we'd have, right? And I'm like, I don't want to be here. And we'd get on the trail and we'd start walking, walking on the treadmill. I'm like, I don't want to be here. She's like, I don't want to be here. We'd be a half an hour in, and we'd still be, I don't want to be here, because the endorphins should start kicking in, right? So we'd be walking and like, I still don't want to be here. She's like,
sometimes you have to lie to yourself and be like, there's nowhere I'd rather be than here with you right now. We're going to kill this.
And there's usually I'm that person. Usually I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And there were times where it's like,
well, good for you for showing up even on the days that you didn't want to be there.
Yep. And we would clean up our machines, and we would walk over to Aztecas, and we would have a margarita and
That's dangerous. Dello, yours are underneath that chair, son. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure Dello doesn't leave his packages. Those were your Pokemon cards. I printed your labels for you. See, he would have left them. Mom's saving him over here.
Way to go, Dello.
That one goes to the FedEx, UPS, whatever.
Yes, we would do that every once in a while. Not all the time, but every once in a while. And we still worked out on the other days, but there were just some times when you just need a fajita and a margarita.
Sometimes you just need a break, you know?
Yep. You can't help it.
Hey, your muscles only grow while you're resting. Just FYI. You can't be working out all the time, or you would only be shredding them. They only grow during repair.
Exactly. Let's see. Cheryl says, or Roman says, Crissy, you can open a mini art museum and charge tickets for people to see the paintings. Roman,
there you go.
Always working. I love it. Are there any valuable paintings of resellers? Maybe. We should try it. I like that, Will. I like what you're thinking. I think Will's gonna do that. I think he's already done that. He's gonna make all of them, and he's gonna sell them at FlipCon.
There you go. I cannot wait to meet Will at FlipCon. Drew and I were talking yesterday about like who we couldn't wait to meet, because Drew's coming this year, you know. And I was like, Reseller Madness is going to be there, and I can't wait to meet him.
I know. I'm like, I told Coco, I'm like, there's people that I'm like, I'm going to try my best to not follow or something. I'm just like, sorry, can't help it. Sorry. I'm going to be like, oh, yeah.
Drew said he's looking most forward to meeting Profit Monsters.
Yeah. He's so
I'll have
cool.
to I'll have to tell Drew that Drew can't wait to meet him.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a prank
Thank
on
you
them.
so much, Stello.
Yes.
If you guys saw, Dello has a backpack, an IKEA bag, and a huge box in his arms trying
Dello,
to
you're the
maneuver.
man.
They said you're the man.
Go to Walmart.
You're going to Walmart too? Okay. Don't drop that. It's a Barbie dream house from the 70s.
Yeah, don't drop the Barbie doll house. It's Barbie. Are you gonna go see the Barbie movie?
I'm sure I'll end up seeing it by myself or something, unless Amber wants to go. I don't know if I have any like friends that are girly enough that want to go see. Like, I know I do, but you guys live further off. You'd go see it with me. Mary would go see it with me.
We should see it.
But so I'll probably just go by myself. I think The Little Mermaid is already out of the theater and I never went to see it, even though I dropped lots of hints that I wanted to. You'd think these boys would have taken me to see it.
You dropped a ton of hints. Like, you dropped a lot. You did. Yeah. And I agree, Will. It's like going to be a big reunion of friends. I totally agree. It's going to be amazing. Amazing. Oh, Rachel's going to fly out to see it with you? That would be awesome, Mary. I think that's great.
Wouldn't it be cool?
That would be so
Let me get a $4 ticket on Spirit or Allegiant real quick.
Okay. You can see just how ridiculously giant this is.
What is that painting? What is it?
It's an angel.
Oh, okay.
And she's got the babies. Oh, you can't see that. I'm sorry. Hang on. I have to use my muscles.
Yeah, you're going to have to. Today's shoulder day, girl.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, it is an angel. You know, angel's good subject matter for resale. It really is.
Stupid heavy. Okay. So can you see it?
It's beautiful.
So the back of it says $195. My friend did pay that money. Ugh.
I bet. I mean, with that frame, with that matting, that's what I'm saying. Like, some of the stuff is just in the way that this art is presented has a lot of value.
Can you see that latch? Yeah. That's how heavy this thing is. It's heavy, right? So I did actually put this, hang on. I did actually put this in my yard sale one, $50. For $50. Because I'm like, you know what? Maybe somebody will see the value. This was a long time. I've had this for 10 years.
I mean, if I saw a painting that was perfect subject matter for what I was looking for at a yard sale for $50, I would pay it. And I'm a very cheap person. But if it was what I wanted.
I'm like, for $50? And people are like, I'll give you 10. I'm like, you can go kick rocks. And I'm like, here.
Mary says, angel framed print. There's over 1,500 listed and 55 sold. So she's saying she would take something like that to the yard sale. I mean, I understand it's a shame because you could be like, no, not necessarily for $10, but I mean, some of it, you and I both know, like, it was worth more when they first bought it. Like, the frame is magnificent. But you may be holding on to it for years and years and years, waiting for someone to pay $50, and it's just not going to happen. Or you may get $50 at that yard sale, you know. But as often as you yard sale, I would be bringing these paintings out every time.
I think I'm going to. Well, I asked one before. I have one more, if weather permitting, this weekend before FlipCon, because I did have a goal of having, X amount before FlipCon, weather permitting. And so I have one more this weekend, and so I will bring out this one for sure, and then the other, there's like 3 or 4 more that I'm going to bring out, and then I will reach out to the auction houses, see if I can sell a few off there. After I look them up, online too, to see. But you guys are right. Like, I would much rather go ahead and just bulk them up and take them to the auction versus just, because I mean, it's easier to sell them there than it is. It's the same price, and I don't have to ship them.
No, and I wonder if there's a price though for you to have a reserve at the auction, because like they may be as brutal as what we're saying and think, oh, I'm going to start this at. So if it sells at 10 for at the auction, would you be like, oh no, I didn't expect that? Will you have to set a reserve on these?
Yeah. I'll check it out first. Right. I mean, I got to check it out first before I do that. Yeah. But I think that I want to look at that.
How many paintings do you think you have total?
I can count real quick. I've got 1, 2,
Everything's right there.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've 12. I only have 12.
That's it?
12 or 13, yeah.
That's not so bad. I thought you had like 50 or 60 paintings.
No.
That's not bad. 12 is okay.
Yeah, 12 or 13, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're just heavy. They're just heavy and they're big. That's all.
Right.
And it's, obviously it's just bad at all. It's just.
Have you tried any of them on Facebook Marketplace yet? Because I know you sell there.
This one. Yeah, several times. Nobody. Like I've tried 100 and then I said or best offer, and then I tried it at 75 or best offer. I tried it at 50 and I'm like, fine, y'all suck.
Yeah, I mean, and some artwork, artwork goes in and out of style, and although it is subjective to the person, if one person loves it, that's all that really matters. But it does go in and out of style, and you may be just waiting around for that more what would you call that, like classic art style to come back around.
Yeah, and I know like different people have like, and that was before though. Again, I've had this for so long before like Facebook had like opened up the marketplaces that they had. Like it used to only be like this big. Now marketplace is giant. Now you have all these different groups you can be in, and I am in a ton of different groups.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Really helpful. Yeah. So I've just, as a matter of fact, joined several different glass. So I can learn about different glass.
That's cool.
So it is so cool. It's really neat. So it's really neat to be part of different pieces and to be able to sell different things. So it's really good to have that opportunity to do these kinds. I could absolutely relist, these kinds of things, but I think if I could, put them all together and just take them somewhere. And I also not just have this, but in my storage unit, I also have classic Coca-Cola stuff. So I know that some people like that stuff and some people like to just not have it, but I have like from the 1960s and to the 1980s. So I have so much.
Yeah.
I could try to sell that too. So I could just lot up a whole pile of stuff to take to the auction house also. So, if I do it, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not all my stuff in the storage unit, but there's like certain things in my storage unit that I'm going to take. Are you ready for one more thing?
Oh, yeah.
Ow. Oh, no, I have 2 more things. So this is the other one. This is like a... Hang on. Okay. Stay. Okay, you said frames. Whoops. Don't worry, Jessica. It's okay. This is Grandma. So leaning against, by the way, is Grandma's jewelry box. So I've got to be kind of here. So this is not a Van Gogh, obviously, but this is, but I think.
But it's a print of a Van Gogh, and it's a vintage print of a Van Gogh. Like, I would sooner pick something up like that than I would the angel print, because there are more Van Gogh fans, and there are more fans that's like a vintage museum type of print, the way his name is and everything there. And I think that's more interesting than the angel picture. I think that, like, I feel like you could list something like that if you're not afraid to ship it with the glass.
Yeah. Well, I was debating on keeping it because I want and just like updating the frame because that is my favorite.
What is the frame? I'm trying to see. Is it just like a braid on the inner part?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could even update that frame just with like a coat of paint would be cool.
That's what I was thinking.
If the frame was hot pink or teal blue.
Yeah. See how it's like super heavy too? Like the updated, like see how they.
You know, I feel like I feel the need to say, especially on those really heavy ones, the two pieces that are on the frame, you really shouldn't connect a wire between them. You're supposed to put like each one on its own stud or nail, unless you just can't because the studs are not like that distance apart because it evenly distributes the weight. Most of them will tell you not to put a wire between them.
What? Tell me again.
Because it doesn't evenly distribute the weight. Like if you have a very heavy one, like that angel print was so heavy, you're not supposed to put a wire between them.
I did not know that. Because it doesn't evenly distribute the weight?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it could rip the stud out of the wall or damage the frame or.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Not rip the stud out of the wall. I'm saying rip the painting off the wall, or it could damage the frame because it's not evenly distributed.
Oh, I didn't know that. Like I thought it was supposed to be. Okay, cool. Yeah. So
I think most people just connect the wire, but it's not really what it's for. Unless it's a really lightweight, you could do that. But if it's very, very heavy, you don't want to do that.
That one's kind of it's not too bad. It's.
I think the Van Gogh's one of the more interesting ones so far.
Yeah.
I like the parrot one just because the parrot one reminds me of the 80s, and I think it's cool.
it's totally 80s. She loves birds. Like Carla is our new mom-in-law, right? So she's been in our family for death. She is amazing, but she is a bee queen. Like she has bees. She's got it. So the guest room is all in bees. And so anytime we find a bee something, we always pick it up for her. And so, but when I met her house she had like beautiful, like it was 80s, kind of 80s-ish. And so she had the beautiful parrots, and then she had this beautiful tree that was about this big, and it had these glass birds. It was gorgeous. And I wasn't into selling. I was working at the bank, and so I didn't have this, right? And so had I known then what I know now, I'm like, oh my gosh, but I helped her with her garage sale for 2.5 days. And she did really well with selling out. And then I got stuff to bring back to my house, and then I sold it here for her too. And so it was just amazing the things that she got to sell and the things that help her sell. And it was just really cool to see what she had also. But what I know now from what I knew then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool. But I've had all this stuff since then. And I'm like, such a hoarding person, I guess, to not get rid of it. You know what I mean? Will says, wire studs? All these years I've been my paintings on the wall. Sure, it's hard to redecorate. Man, I wish I knew all this. Drew can make a video on it. Yeah, right?
I mean, he should make a video on hanging pictures, as many as I have him hang, like on oh my gosh, they're everywhere. He gets so irritated if I go use like a tack for something lightweight or command strips. Like he absolutely hates it. He goes and does everything exactly how it should be, and it's perfect.
This one was made in Mexico. Look at that. I like this frame.
That's a pretty frame.
But again, it's just not my style. But can I paint it?
Well, sure, you could paint it. Like Krylon makes a lot of spray paints that will adhere to just about anything. And yeah. I mean, I use spray paint a lot in my art, and you'd be surprised, especially in frames and stuff.
I think it'd be cool because some of my walls are bare, and I'm like, I have the wall, but I'm like, I need frames. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have frames. I have all kinds of stuff. Van Gogh is now mass produced that it's not worth picking up. 521 framed Van Gogh prints, 34 sold. Wow. Holy moly.
I still think that one's so cool though, because it's like the vintage, like museum-y, with the wording and everything underneath it.
Yeah. And I've had that a while because I don't even know where or why I have it, but I love Van Gogh. It's one of my favorites. So, and I have Van Gogh in my dining room, and it's a big print, and it takes up most of the wall. And so I have two other pictures, and I wanted this one, but to go on the other dining room wall, because our dining room wall is quite large, but it needs to be the right, you know what I mean? It needs to be the right structure. That's not the right word, but the right way anyways. And so I'm like, I just haven't found the right frames to put in there. And so I'm like, well, what do I do with this one? So yeah, you're right. It would just make sense,
Just pop it out and spray paint it, maybe.
Yeah. Bye, Coco. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, dear. And be
Bye,
careful out
Coco.
there if you are out there driving. I know you said it was about to rain. Oh, yeah, yikes. And she said she just sent you a voice.
I'll check it.
Anya,
Thanks for making it a voice message, and I don't have to read the whole thing.
Okay, so I have one more. And Will, you're still in here, so this will be entertaining.
Oh, I like this one. It's a thick frame and it's a little piece. This is something I'm gonna pick up. Okay, what is it? You said funny and entertaining, so is it like surrealism?
Are you ready, friend? Okay. So my father-in-law is a golfer, and a certificate of authenticity on it. Right?
Okay.
Can you see?
I can see that it's a group of men so far.
Can you see who it is?
Not really. Maybe somebody has recognized them, but I can't from where I'm at.
Okay. How about here?
So I feel like I'm gonna be like this close on the thing, like trying to see.
I'm sorry. Can you see now?
Jessica said, "OMG, Grandpa's presidential golf."
Tell me what I need to do.
George
Okay,
W.
hang on. They're not golf men. You'll see. Yep.
That's what Mary said. George W.
You got it. And who else?
Is Reagan in there?
Yep.
Is that Jimmy Carter beside him?
Yep.
It's Jimmy. Hang on.
Jessica got it. Hi, Jessica.
Ronald.
Yep.
Ronald.
Ronald.
So we got George W. We got Ronald Reagan.
Uh-huh.
We got Jimmy Carter. Who else is? You're gonna have to tell me.
Okay, so I'll stop, and I'll just put this up here.
I feel like I
So
did
it
decent
says
there.
5 presidents, November 4th, 1991. This marked the first time in American history that 5 living presidents were photographed together. Presidents Ford, Nixon, Bush, Reagan, and Carter posed for this historical picture at the opening of the Ronald Presidential Library.
Wow. So did they sign the golf balls?
Yes, they did.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yes. And then
Are they
this.
original signatures on the golf balls?
It says that it's a certified one. It says it's certificate of authenticity. And then it has this on there. It says limited edition. And there's signatures on there. And
I just wonder, like, if they're
glass.
You think they're original signatures? That would obviously hold great value if you got 5 presidential signatures on an item.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is it a print on the golf balls, or are they? I can't imagine how hard it would be to sign a golf ball in the first place. But I mean, if those are original signatures, I would definitely I feel like I would hold on to that and maybe get it appraised by somebody. If they're 5 presidential signatures, that would hold a lot of value.
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
I don't know. I thought that was pretty neat. I don't know. I think that's I mean, it could be. I mean, it could very well be printed. Like it could, they could have done this and had a few made. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It says 2002 edition, and then it says signed. Registry number, and then it gives me, and then it has like the address, and then it says 2002, and then it says 980 first edition.
Mary said she found one listed for $199.
That's pretty cool. But I'm like,
that's
worth something.
That's a really neat find. That was your dad. That was your husband's dad's.
Dad. Yeah. Dad. Yeah. Dad's dad. Yeah.
Wow.
But I thought that has to be the most unique thing, one of the most unique things today.
Yeah, I would think people would want that for a number of different reasons, either a presidential collector, a golfer, man cave, office. Like, what a cool piece to hold, like, to have in your office.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Golf collectors, like, he is a golf addict. And so they had I have a lot of interesting golf pieces. I have a for less expensive, I have a signed bully from what's his name? Michael Jordan? No, that's not right, is it? Anyways, doesn't matter. I have his autograph on there. I've got some vintage golf clubs. I'm like doing this like it's a bat. Golf clubs from from the golf museum in Kissimmee Bay. And I looked a couple of those up, and those are valued at like 150, 200 each, which is kind of cool. I've got Arnold Palmer's, Danson's autograph on a hat. So that's kind of really cool. Yeah. So people to move into Kissimmee Bay, and they were the first owners of the house on Legion Boulevard. And so he autographed a hat that says, "Welcome to Kissimmee Bay. First people to live on Lee Jansen Boulevard," something like that. So I got that autograph. So it's kind of neat. Yeah. So I have interesting golf things. You know, it'd only be like weird one-offs like that. So I don't know if those would be sellable or not, but you know, kind of neat.
I mean, I would think that it would draw lots of watchers if you list it high. And I mean, if it, like Mary was saying earlier, the things are already in your home. So list them high and then see what type of offers come in and see what type of offers you can make, you know, people on them, just to kind of gauge the interest. Especially if I don't know the value of something, I'll list it high first if I just can't find it. And then eventually I come down around to where the values seem to be, where the offers are. But sometimes it surprises me and it sells for that high listing price.
Yeah, I remember you teaching me that a while back too, and that has helped me so much, because even if like taught me that a while back, and that has helped me so much in my reseller life, because I had something, I can't remember, but gosh, what was it? Now it escapes me, but I had something and it sold for just a little bit less, and I'm like, I was so happy. I think I can't remember what it was, but I shared it with you, and I don't know what it was now, but it doesn't matter. But it was something cool. And I'm like, man, had Rachel not taught me that, I would have not known. Like, you know, had you not shared that, said, just list it high and see what happens. Worst that can happen is they have to keep lowering it. Okay.
You know, I mean, sometimes there's a perceived value also whenever you list something high. I mean, if someone all of a sudden has a better perception of that item versus you're getting rid of it for $9.99, their mind is like, what's wrong with it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we were talking over on Baldy Pal's channel, we were talking about listing something as is. When you say as is, to me, my perception is there's something wrong with that item. And he said, you know, he doesn't see it that way. And I was like, well, you have to know, though, that there's more than one perception. So I think value is the same way. Some people see $9.99 and they're like, wow, what a deal. Let me scoop that up. And other people think, what's wrong with that? So when you list it high, when you list it high, they're like, ooh, this must be worth a lot because she's asking a lot. Not necessarily, but you might get your price, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I watched that, actually. I was watching that today. I watched that today, and you guys were cracking me up. You're like, I will buy this, but I won't buy that.
Yeah. Sometimes it just cracks me up over there with Adam and Gary are so great. They just, I mean, we can just say whatever to each other and the show goes on. And awesome. I really like doing that show with them. It's fun. Somebody said, last night, I think on Coco and Chewy, I said, I love all you guys and respect you enough that I can't tell you that how you're doing it is wrong. The way I'm doing it is right for me. And
Agreed.
Someone said, but you told Adam he was wrong. And I was like, yeah, I can tell Adam he's wrong.
I can tell Adam. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, is like, you should be able to tell your friends that. You'd be like,
right.
No, don't do it. And that's a good thing about it. You know what I mean? Roman, which one are you talking about? Which painting? I'm like, I only have a few here.
I think you need to look further into the lithograph one that we thought might be a charcoal. Mary said
Oh,
lithograph. It looked like it
the
was
women?
linen.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
anything
so
that's
too.
textured like that.
Okay.
And then like the first one with the parrot might be cool just because it's vintage. Like, did that one have kind of a pink enamel frame?
Yes.
Those are just
Yeah.
cool because and you can get a reprint, but you can't find that again. I feel like you could price that higher, get a decent price for that. Some of the other ones you're just gonna have a harder time. You might have to let it go. Girl, this weekend my son got this ping pong table he wants set up in the basement. Well, I have this beautiful record player. It's mid-century like console record player. I love it. I don't have room for both, and so I can't sell that. I mean, I could sell that and do like U-ship or something on eBay. I'm not going to. I'm going to break every reseller's heart trying to find someone I know that might want it. But you know what's going to end up happening? I'm going to end up donating it. It's gorgeous, solid wood, mid-century. But for me to use the space like I want to, I'm going to have to lose whatever value that thing has,
Yeah.
And then Della will be able to set up his ping pong table and I have to lose my record player. But it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You can get another one.
Yeah. Yeah. But I just, and I'm thinking, man, the resellers are going to roll over when they see me just donating this thing and taking it up to the thrift store. But it is what it is, Sometimes you got to get rid of the stuff, even though it's valuable.
That's true. But have you ever thought about doing the auction yourself? Like, have you ever thought about going to the auction?
Oh, stuff like that, like radios and large furniture like that brings almost nothing at our auction. Like I got the 1930s, I think, tube radio standing like console. It's gorgeous. I got it for, I want to say $3 at that auction because no one would take it home. So it wouldn't be worth driving it because the auction isn't even in our town. It wouldn't even be worth driving it over there.
I got you. Okay. I got you.
I'll just let someone, like, it's going to make someone's day when they see it in the thrift store and they're going to be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, I did ask my ex-husband if he wants it because he's in need of some furniture. So maybe he'll want it and he can take it to his house. And there's one other girl I know that I gave her my mid-century couches. And because again, I didn't have room for this stuff. If I had Barbie's dream house, then I could put all the furniture everywhere. But I don't.
Exactly.
I have limited space. I got to get rid of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Timothy, I agree. I appreciate that. Thank you for your input. I appreciate that. Yeah, because I definitely will put a couple of them in the garage sale this weekend for sure. But the other ones, I will look into our local auctions as well and just have a couple of them for eBay because I definitely, I've got options, right? But I definitely do want the house back and appreciate her closet, having a closet space. I think, just trying to get like some space back in my house would be awesome. And this is funny, not funny, haha, I guess funny, kind of funny. I told the hubs, I said, Bradley, or my son Bradley, I said, hey, would you mind, going up into the office and grabbing a handful of records and pulling them down? Because we've got two, shelves full of records. And I'm just thinking, just a small section of records for the garage sale this weekend, and just keeping it in the shade, just a small section, just to see if I can sell just a handful, and then we can just put them back if they don't sell. And Hubs looked at me, goes, why? And I'm like, because we could sell some records this weekend. People often ask me for vinyls if I have any, and instead of me going all the way in the house, climbing up there and then coming all the way back out, I could just have them handy. And he goes, you don't think we have enough stuff? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, what would you like me to sell, dear? And he goes, well, we've got things in the dining room. And I'm like, yeah, and we're going to use those things. I'm like, I love you so much.
Sell it all.
I'm like, just sell it all. Just sell it all, babe. We're selling it all. He cracks me.
I don't know. There's so much stuff that we can accumulate, and then we become the slave to the things, Yeah. And you're thinking, man, it's a few years ago now. I looked at it and I thought, okay, like, let's pick up some random thing here. Would I rather move this? Now, this is like my kid's VR controller, so this would be a keeper, right? Yeah. Would I rather move this and clean this up one more time or play with my kid? You know what I mean? Like, And when
Yes.
you start picking up little junk items that you haven't even used in 6 months, and you're like, would I rather keep cleaning this or go
Yep.
spend time with my family? It's easier to get rid of that stuff. And I feel like it's so hard to just purge and donate your own stuff as a reseller, because you're always like, oh, but there's value. Oh, but there's money. And realize that whatever money was spent was wasted when you bought that item. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not wasting it to get rid of it now. You're actually freeing yourself up. You're not going to have to keep picking up those same items and cleaning all that and be a slave to your stuff, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And some of it was free too. And it doesn't matter if it was purchased, yours, or free. It's just like you said, it's just kind of like the cleaning stuff. And I'm even listening to a couple of podcasts about like the clutter in your mind and the clutter in your house. So like how it affects you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's totally on point. Some of it's a little offensive, like, you know, like they're saying things like, you know, who do I love? I love the Jessica, help me. Home edit. Like the home edit's not real. They're lying. I love the home edit. You can't tell me that's not real.
They do some beautiful organization for sure.
Don't tell me that bins don't help me organize my
they have
and that rainbow colors don't help me make my life sunshiny.
It makes my markers are rainbow colors, my closet is rainbow colors, everything I can is Roji Biv. But
like, don't tell me that. But you know what I mean.
There's like a clean out called Swedish death cleaning. Have you ever heard of that?
Vaguely. It's kind of, tell me about it anyway.
So it's essentially like cleaning your house to where, like, should you die, what do you want people to they're gonna have to come in and deal with all your crap. All right.
Yeah.
And so Swedish death cleaning is basically like, I love the people too much for them to have to deal with all this. Let's, you know, whatever the thing is that you've collected that, you know, that you're hoarding. I'm not even going to say collecting. I think there's a big difference. Our collections can become hoards way too quickly.
Yeah. I told my daughter and my son, I'm like, look, $1 a piece, like just $1 a piece. You're going to have enough money. Have $1. I mean, I know the value of it, but just $1.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, Mom, I'm like, seriously, I mean, do what you want. I'm not gonna be here, but $1 at least. I'm like, you know, come on. You know, Mary says we had to downsize from a 2,500 square foot farmhouse into an RV. Woo-wee. Yeah, that was an eye opener. Yeah, for sure. Because, you know, we realize as people in general that we have a lot, we accumulate a lot. And as resellers, we're like, "Ooh, this is mine. This is free. This is mine. This is free." And then you're like, "Wait a minute, what did I just do?" You almost blink sometimes, you know.
Way to be a slave to the job that you created, to not be a slave to someone else's job. Now you just tied yourself down with all this free stuff. It's not free at all. There's a price to pay for putting every square inch of your house with reseller stuff. There's a price not only you pay, but your family pays, your kids pay, stepping over stuff. Like, I don't know. I can't bring my auction stuff into the living room anymore because it stays. Even if it stays for a week until I've sorted it, that's not fair to these guys that I live with. You know, like that's not fair to my kids and my husband. They deserve a clean space. And so if I can't contain it in my office, that pile is too big. I'm listed too much. You know, you don't have to have 5,000 listings.
Right. Exactly. I agree. And that's one of the biggest pieces that I love having my listings, right? And that's awesome. But I also like having sales. I want more sales instead of listings. And so like getting the stuff out that that it hasn't sold, or it's like kind of, I can just either, like you said, sell at a garage sale or donate. Then that's fine, because then I can have the better things that are going to be listed and take up better space in those now empty bins, or, you know, things like that. And you know, this is awesome. You're going to love this. So I have recently done that. So I have kind of reorganized. I've started reorganizing my bins, or reinventorying my bins, I guess, because I do that once a year. And so I've done that. And a few of my items, several of my items actually, I've delisted and relisted and have sold.
I need to do some delisting and relisting
within weeks. So like within days. So like some of my shirts, some of my items, and I'm like, they were on my eBay store for a year and they didn't sell. Why didn't they sell? So maybe it was because I didn't have the right picture on there, or I didn't have the right listing, like you guys.
Or they just become stale. They just become stagnant.
Yes. And so it's interesting, like just all the things you learn, like the title and the pictures and the clarity and all these things. And so I've just like tweaked things and differently. And I'm like, you know what I mean? And the sales come in and I'm like, okay, cool beans. I like it. I'd rather have the sales than and getting rid of that stuff that I don't need. And we have so many churches and schools around here that need things. I don't need it. I'm like, bye.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, there's a value in like giving that joy to somebody else if they've been looking for it. They have more space. Like there's a lot of things I love, but they're, you know, tucked in the corner of a drawer and I'm not even going to remember it if you're not using it all every day. I like what Timothy just said. Did you see that?
Oh, if you have to move across a state, what do you want to move with your bed and your
fridge?
Okay, wait. And your fridge.
So like I've been thinking about that because when my oldest son graduates, I could move anywhere. And that's often a thought of ours when we're decluttering. Do I want to have to move this? Do I want to have to bubble wrap this and put it in a box?
Yeah.
Get rid of it now then.
We just talked about that last night. And I know we don't have much time, but we did talk about this last night because our storage unit cost just went up again. And again. Yeah. So it's gone up $80 in a year. And
gosh, $80 additional dollars in a year?
No, within a year, it's gone up $80. Like, you know, and so my hubs and I were like talking about it last night, and I'm like, okay, well, we can't do anything right now. It's too hot, and the hospital's almost ready, and so we can't move right now. Hot, and we just can't, timing wise. And so I'm like, okay, well, why don't I wait till see if it does it again, and in December, January, then I'll start calling around again. First one, it's so convenient. It's like a mile down the road, right? So that's one of the biggest reasons why I love it. And they had a good deal, and it's a mile down the road with air conditioning. And so that's the biggest reasons. So if we have to do it, then I'll do it. We'll move. But it's such a pain in the derriere. You know what I mean? But again, hopefully at that point, I will be healthy enough that I won't have as much. No, I take that back. I will be healthy enough and I won't have as much. I'm correcting myself. So the beast will be gone. So I will eat better and I won't have to worry about as much. Excuse me. So, you know, it'll be better because once the beast is gone, then I can be going like this again. So, you know, it'd be good.
It'd be a lot easier to jump around and do everything that you want to do in a day.
For sure.
And juggle.
And juggle. Thank you so much, Rachel, for being here today. You guys, thank you all for being in the chat. You guys have been awesome. I appreciate your input and everything with the art behind me and next to me. I will take everything into account that you guys with like Mary said, what if someone needs it someday? Ask yourself who needs it more. I like that, Mary. That's awesome. And Will says, with delisting and relisting, pay attention to quantity. Okay, you get out of whack, reverts to original. How many is sold? Okay. And Cheryl's got all orders ready to ship. Woohoo! Good job. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys, appreciate you on a Monday, just kind of hanging out. And Rachel, I love you so much.
Thank you for inviting me on. It's fun. I appreciate the opportunity to look through your artwork. There was lots of really pretty pieces.
Thank you. I'm glad there wasn't 50.
I really thought you had like a ton. I think the chat did too, because they were like, oh, that's not so bad. I think we were all led to believe that you had 50 pieces.
Sorry. It feels like a lot to me. It feels like I really thought we had more. We might actually have one more in here. Hang on, let me see what this is. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's my daughter. That's my daughter. As you saw my rear. Sorry. That was my daughter.
It's such an interactive live today. Crissy's all over the place.
I get to see everything. I'm like, sorry about that, guys. But I appreciate y'all so much. And Rachel, don't leave. I will see you guys Monday. Rachel, what do you have going on this week? Do you have any whatnots?
Dello and I are in a challenge right now. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek, okay? Because this is going to be an upcoming video, but y'all get the sneak peek. Basically, I came home Friday and challenged him to make $1,000 in a week, and for me to make $1,000 in a week, 1,000. So he and I are in a challenge right now. So you can rest assured that almost every day this week you're going to see a whatnot from either me or Dello. So go vote with your dollar, Team Dello, Team Mom. And there's a little bit of a bet if you don't make it. If you don't make it to the 1,000, but I won't ruin everything for the video. But yeah, we'll be selling a lot this week as much as we can. But he's already ahead of me. He had a whatnot, and it was like over 300 for just his one sale, and my whatnot was like $65.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So okay, did it start yesterday?
No, started on Friday. Started on Friday. I came home from Meals on Wheels and I challenged him because like he's not here right now, so I can talk about him a little bit. But I want him to know that he can make $52,000 a year if he wants to. I want him to know, like, I don't have a trust fund to give my kids, but I can give them the ability to make money despite the circumstance, that he can look at an item and know, hey, I can flip that for, like, I know he loves Lego and that's what he wants to do more than anything, but he can look at other items and see the value and say, I know how to make money now. And I feel like that is, in a way setting him up for life, that he can always make money with this. So I want to kind of give him a little kick in the pants there and push him to make even more than what he has been making.
I love that. I love that because he, like you said, he has a niche, but just broadening his horizons a bit is even better, Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. I love it. Yay. I love it.
It'll be fun. It'll be a fun video between me and him. Hopefully neither one of us have to do the dare.
That'd be awesome. I don't know what the dare is, but nobody knows yet. You guys know. Yeah. We don't know. I love it. Awesome. Well, I don't have any whatnots coming up. Not yet. So my bag isn't full yet. So I have to wait till my bag is full. Hasn't gotten there yet because that's what I've said. I'm not going to pull out from my inventory. It's going to be all storage unit stuff. And I'm not sourcing or anything until after FlipCon or after I decide. I'm gonna do a little bit at FlipCon. Not going crazy or anything. I'm just gonna go enjoy and have a good time with everybody though. I am gonna.
Don't they have a Goodwill boutique there?
They do.
I'm gonna go there.
I do
just
too.
Probably for me.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I do want to go and just kind of enjoy with everybody. I know Coco wants to go and like source. She's been chomping at the bit. I adore that about her. But I'm like, I'm going to go and just kind of go to be with everybody. You know what I mean? If I find something, fabulous. If I don't, that's okay too. I'm just going to go and have a good time. Poor Mary's got FOMO. I'm sorry, Mary. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Mary.
I know. Mary's like, I don't love you, but I love you.
I really wish she was going. I really do.
I know. But guys, we will see you next Monday for sure. And then make sure you guys go on and support Dello and Rachel for both of them because you guys want to see who wins and see who doesn't win. I'm excited.
I hope we both win. Do you have a guest already scheduled for next Monday?
I do not yet. But it's only because I've just been, I've not been 100% feeling great. So I've not been on top of life yet. So I've been
surprise guest next Monday, guys.
That's right. Surprise. So we'll figure it out. I've got a couple people in my mind. So I'm thinking you guys never know. I'm going to, surprise, like put you in my Instagrams. All right, guys, we will see you guys next Monday. Bye guys. Have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.
Sell it all.
That's right. Sell it all. I love that.